are less likely to get serious disease. If they are continuing to circulate the virus, it's going to be difficult to get out of this pandemic.
Kelly says the more the virus circulates, the more it mutates, so every shot helps.
If parents are concerned about their children, they want to make sure that their children, their teenagers, are safe from COVID-19, but that the slightly older young adults, they still feel immortal.
Sorry about that earlier. We did lose Adam, but according to the latest data from DHEC, he says there have been almost 4 times the shots put in people's arms who are between the ages of 12 to 19 than people ages 12 to 24. Pretty remarkable. Kelly says DHEC is working with other states to see what they're doing to encourage young adults to get the shot. It might be announcing some new incentives in the coming days. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we're looking at how Georgia and South Carolina's vaccine rollouts are doing compared to some other states. Taking a look outside now over Wheeler Road this afternoon. It's getting hot out there, Riley. It felt a lot hotter to me today.
It is definitely another toasty afternoon for us, and it's all thanks to a good bit of sunshine. Definitely more sun than what we've seen over the past couple of days. Not as much cloud cover and 0% rain chances for at least the next 5 days for us. 85 degrees right now this afternoon here in Augusta. We do have a southeast wind that's been a little bit breezy in some spots, anywhere from around 8 to 15 miles an hour. Not too bad out there. 85 at Bushfield, 82 in Evans, 81 in Edgefield. Up at the lake, sitting right at 80 degrees, and lake temperatures are already in the mid-70s, and we'll like to see those keep up through this weekend. Beautiful shot of SRP Park, and hey, we got more baseball tonight at SRP Park. Continue to take on the Fayetteville Woodpeckers. It is Thirsty Thursday. First pitch is going to be at 7:05, and we should be in the low 80s around that time frame, and then just fall into the mid-70s as we head later into this evening. By tomorrow morning, another nice start. Expected to see sunrise temperatures tomorrow in the mid to upper 50s. By tomorrow afternoon, though, we could start to see some 90s. We'll have a look at that hot forecast in just about 10 minutes.
Just in the last couple of hours, President Biden signed a bill designed to fight the recent surge in crimes against Asian Americans in the U.S. Deborah Alfarone has the details from the White House.
President Biden signed the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act into law 2 days after it passed Congress with broad bipartisan support.
I'm proud today that Democrats and Republicans have stood up together.
The bill aims to combat hate crimes against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders by providing grants to local police to identify hate crimes and to states to set up reporting hotlines, expanding public education campaigns to boost awareness and outreach to hate crime victims, and creating a new position at the Justice Department to expedite the review of hate crime incidents.
This bill brings us one step closer to stopping hate, not only for Asian Americans, but for all Americans.
The bill was written in response to the dramatic increase in hate crime since the coronavirus pandemic began. The group Stop AAPI Hate says that there have been more than 6,600 incidents between March 2020 and March 2021.
Stop Asian hate! The issue picked up national attention in recent months due to several high-profile attacks, including the shooting spree at 3 Atlanta area spas back in March that killed 8 people, including 6 Asian women.
Asian Americans are tired of living in fear.
While advocates call the measure a critical first step, they also say it does not go far enough in addressing the underlying causes of the attacks or defining what constitutes a hate crime. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
More than 100 Asian and LGBTQ organizations are actually against the law, saying it does not help other marginalized groups. After today's signing, the Attorney General called the law an important step toward protecting everyone in our country from acts of hate and intolerance. Just into our newsroom, Israel has approved a ceasefire. I'd say so. This is the first of its kind in terms of this trade-off in the state of Georgia. We're hearing from the 11-year-old girl nearly kidnapped in Florida earlier this week. This is video of Alyssa Bonnell waiting at the bus stop when 30-year-old Jared Stanga allegedly pulls up and attempts to kidnap the 11-year-old. Bonnell was able to break free from his grip after he ran up to her. You see him grab her. They're struggling there. We were able to get some sound. It sounds like she says a ton of things rushed through her mind when all this happened.
What is he gonna do with me? Where is he gonna play? Where am I gonna be at? What is my family gonna think? Scared, anxious. A man came out of the car and he had a knife in his hand. I tried running off, but then he grabbed me. He took me with his arm, and I was able to get him down to the ground, and I was able to get away.
Just terrifying moments. And Stenga had his first court appearance yesterday. A judge ordered he remain in jail on a more than $1.5 million bond. Peloton has released a safety update for something to do in North Augusta tonight. You're taking a look at Golden Harvest Mobile Market this morning. This was at Macedonia Church of Grovetown. This is one of many mobile markets Golden Harvest hosts. Members say it's important to help each other during this time.
But it's an opportunity for those who live in Georgia to come and be fed, because we know that need exists. Now, one of our things is serving the community through unity. So what we have done is teamed up with other churches, other agencies, just to make sure that we are available to meet the needs of people.
So if you missed today's mobile market and you need a meal, you can stop by Thompson McDuffie Middle School on Saturday. They'll be giving food and COVID vaccines from 10 o'clock until noon. The city of Grovetown getting in the giving spirit. They're donating one of their older fire trucks to a city in need. This 1989 truck will be given to the city of Kite, going to their volunteer fire department. Mayor Jones says the city is proud to help a smaller agency with this huge donation, which in turn provides the city of Kite the ability to better serve their citizens. The keys to the truck will be handed over on Monday. A mom and her 3 young sons alive to share their story, how a drive home turned into a rescue mission and a search for those who sprang into action.
And we're going to be talking a lot about the heat, but also the tropics. We potentially could have our first named storm of the season in just a few days. Look at that forecast coming up.
Tractor-trailer drivers impaired behind the wheel.
It's surreal that I'm alive.
The I-Team uncovers a disturbing spike in big rig drivers on drugs or abusing alcohol. How the pandemic may have fueled the trend tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Some good Samaritans were in the right place at the right time in Sebastian, Florida. Deanne Pike and her 3 sons were on their way home when she reached back to give her 1-year-old son his bottle of milk. That's when she ended up in a pond. Andrew Muehlberger was driving by. He saw the Honda sticking up out of the water, and he jumped in to help.
I just had the baby like this and was just like that, trying to keep myself afloat. But I was in steel-toe boots, so it wasn't that easy, you know. And one lesson learned is take your boots off if you jump in the water.
And that is some good advice. There were 2 more people that helped get them out of the water, but the family didn't get a chance to thank them before they left. They're now trying to find them on Facebook, but really a team effort. My goodness, talk about being in the right place at the right time. Taking a look outside now, we are looking out over Wheeler Road. We have First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale to tell us what to expect. Riley, it looks a little hazy there off in the distance.
It is a little hazy out there. We have seen a little bit more sunshine today than what we've seen the past couple. Not as many clouds out there, but right along the horizon, you can see that haze with us. So that's just thanks to some particles in the sky and with little rain out there, so nothing to really wash it away for us. 85 degrees right now here in Augusta, so temperatures not too far away from where they should be for this time of year. But by tomorrow, we potentially could hit 90 for the first time in about a month. Now, later this evening, a couple of cool things you can actually check out in the night sky. You can see Mercury and Venus just before 9:30 in the western sky, and then you can see the moon and Mars all the way through until just a little bit before midnight. So 3 different planets you can check out tonight, and skies should be generally clear as well. But the real weather story, folks, is going to be the heat the next 3 days. We are expecting to be close to 90 for your Friday, above 90 through the weekend. And then these temperatures are not even the hottest temperatures we're expecting in that 7-day forecast, and very little rain in the forecast as well. So make sure you do have those sprinklers cut on the next few days. Now here's a look at this. How about this? We actually are keeping an eye on a potential tropical system to develop over the next 2 to 5 days. Next 2 days, about a 70% chance of that forming. Next 5 days, all the way up to 90%. Now it is non-tropical at the moment, but it's going to enter an environment that could be conducive for it to develop a little bit more tropical characteristics, and we could have our first named storm, which would be Anna. Anna's the first named storm of 2021 for us, for all the Frozen fans, and we actually have Elsa for E, and then on the Pacific side, we have Olaf. So I think the person that named all these are a big Frozen fan for sure. But our named storms, this is our forecast that actually was released from the National Hurricane Center today. They are projecting just slightly above average season, so not expecting quite what we had last year where we got all the way into the Greek alphabet, but maybe just a little bit above average for us. So we will wait and see, and potentially could already have our first season before the official start that will be on June 1st. But for us, we're just going to continue to see very dry conditions, very hot conditions, potentially record-setting conditions. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, we are going to be within a couple degrees of record highs. Now, the year that we actually set all these record highs was just 2 years ago. In 2019, if you remember, it was 8 days straight. For the last 8 days of May, we saw temperatures close to 100 degrees. We are expected to be very close to that again heading into next week. That heat is not expected to really budge between Monday and Thursday. But another beautiful day looking over Aiken County, mostly sunny skies, and temperatures over in Aiken currently at 82 degrees, just a little bit cooler than us here in Augusta. Very nice weather nonetheless. It will be hot, but luckily the humidity will not be with us. So it's going to be a dry heat through the weekend, and no rain in the forecast until we possibly could see a few showers all the way until next Thursday.
The World Health Organization is urging caution when it comes to international travel. They say this is because of the uncertainties regarding a COVID-19 variant out of India. Officials say the vaccines appear able to protect against all the variants so far that are out and about circulating, but that's no reason to not take certain precautions, they say.
Right now, in the face of a continued threat and new uncertainty, we need to continue to exercise caution and rethink or avoid international travel. Vaccines may be a light at the end of the tunnel, but you cannot be blinded by that light.
Countries across Europe are rolling out vaccines from several drug makers, including Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson. A mother says she wants to help her son see the world while he's still able to see at all. We explain how next.
NationalHotTubExpo.com.
A local 9-year-old boy was born with a condition that's slowly making him lose his vision. Our Wrdw talked to his mom, who says there's no guarantee he will keep his vision, but he still manages to keep his faith.
It's not the kind of news a mom wants to hear after pushing out her first baby boy.
When Chase was first born, he failed the vision test, and they told me that day there's a possibility that he could be blind. He gave me some glasses one day and showed me how my baby, saw the world, and it broke my heart.
Tawana Mole says at the age of 2, her son Chase had the vision of a 70-year-old man. He suffers from limbal stem cell deficiency and cornea failure, causing his eyes to change colors.
He says, Mom, I can't see, or I see rainbows, or my eyes are hurting, and it's very, very hard to find children like him.
Ones that she says never loses hope, and ones that still manage to smile even when it hurts.
Chase is just Chase. Chase, whatever he's thrown his way, he deals with it.
She says within the past 6 months, Chase's vision decreased drastically, and medical bills and traveling expenses are piling up.
Just going to work is a struggle. Dealing with the child, not knowing what today may bring for him, is pretty much a waiting game right now. We don't know how long he will keep his vision. That's why we're doing the cane training. He will start Braille shortly.
She says the transition has been tough, and her only wish is to show her 9-year-old son the world before it's too late.
I want to just take him just to see the world. So when it does go, he can say, well, I seen that,
Wrdw, on your side.
Oh man, his mom says they need prayers more than ever right now. And if you'd like to contribute, you can donate to Care for Chase. We will have a link posted for you on our website.
Well, it is another beautiful afternoon for us over Aiken County. Mostly sunny skies, temps in the 80s this afternoon. We'll have a look at that 7-day forecast with that heat included coming up.
People, it's who we are.
All right, let's take a look at our community calendar. We have tomorrow, the city of Aiken is hosting an open house at the Leslie B. Price Senior and Youth Center to celebrate its 2nd year of business. Guests can participate in a lot of different fun activities, including bingo and exercise and wellness classes. All activities are free during the open house event. That's going to be going on from 10 until 2 o'clock. Looking great out there tomorrow if you are heading to that. beautiful day for us again this afternoon. We're sitting in the 80s today here in Aiken County, looking beautiful for the next several days as well. A very nice evening if you're heading out to SRP Park. We are expecting beautiful baseball weather. Temperatures in the low 80s right around the start of the game time at 7:05, and then just dropping into the mid to low 70s towards the end of that game. Waking up tomorrow morning in the mid to upper 50s, so not a bad start right around sunrise. But remember, these temperatures will only be felt right around sunrise. By around 8 a.m. tomorrow, we should already be close to 70 degrees. High temperatures tomorrow, we'll be getting close to 90. As of right now, going just shy of 90 tomorrow afternoon here in Augusta, but would not be surprised if we do hit it. We are expecting 90s though for the weekend and potentially 100 next week.
Ooh, that is getting up there, Riley. Thank you. We have more news coming up. Richard Rogers is about to join me, so don't go anywhere.